Now, the first thing you're going to notice is that the weight loss hasn't changed in the title. And it's a bit annoying because if I had made this video 2 days ago, then it would have changed. But I went out for a meal Saturday night and ate a bit too much. Saying that, I have now I've made more specific weight loss goals instead of just having like the overall £100 one. I've broken it down into like more specific dates. So, for example, I want to lose like £30 by March the 1st, which seems like a lot, but when you're like 19 stone, it's not that hard to do compared to if I was a lot lighter. So I want to be 240 by March the 1st, and then 220 by April the 4th. It's just that's the date I go home from uni, so that's why I've chosen it. And then I want to be 200 by my birthday, which is May 15th, and then 177 by the end of August, because I know that like the last bit will be much harder. I hope I can stick to it. If not, I hope I can keep close to it, but we'll see. Yeah, this week it was really interesting. I watched this documentary earlier in the week about it. The thing that it was a YouTube video called like "Dying to Be Thin" or something like that, and it's people that have anorexia, but that want it. Like they actually kind of self-induce it in a way. I know once you've got it, then obviously you've kind of got the illness, but they actually deliberately started, if you know what I mean. And it was really interesting, and they showed on the show some websites that are called Pro Anna, which is actually like, well, kind of in the name really, where they actually are for having eating disorders, or at least like showing tips and stuff. And it's really weird. Like there's a couple of the sites, because I had a look afterwards. Obviously, looked really interesting on the program, and there's one I found that is really bad. Like there's like I'm just reading them now. They've got these thin commandments on there. Got like if you aren't thin, you aren't attractive. Being thin is more important than being healthy. You must buy clothes. Cut. What's it? You must. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Cut your hair. Take laxatives. Anything to make yourself look thinner. Thou shalt not eat fattening food without punishing afterwards. It's just all sorts of things like that, and it's not nice. I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be thinner, but because there's quite a few people on there that aren't even thin, that are overweight, but they're still not eating, or they're eating like 200 calories a day and then moaning about it because they've eaten way too many, and it's just, it's quite depressing to read actually. And I feel really sorry for a lot of them because they don't realise. I don't know really. They seem to be a lot of people in denial on the websites and stuff, but it's so difficult. And I did speak to one of the girls on there, and she was very very quick to diagnose me with binge eating disorder, which about the noise of my washing machine by the way. But it kind of knocked me back a bit because I've never thought of myself as having an eating disorder, and I don't think I do. I don't think. I mean, there might have been moments where I've had like the symptoms sort of thing, but I don't think I've had the psychological effects that you should get from an eating disorder. I don't have a really bad self-esteem. I'm quite happy in my own skin. I want to lose weight, but I'm not unhappy. And it's not like I'd eat a load of chocolate and then cry. I'd eat a load of chocolate and not really mind, really. So I don't know. That was a little bit odd, but I mean, it did make me think because like I do have a lot of the symptoms. If I Google it, then you know it does seem to fit. But in some ways, I don't want to think I've got one because it makes it harder to get over it if you've actually got a disorder. Well, whereas at the moment I eat too much, I need to reduce it. Whereas if I think, oh, I've got an illness, that's just another excuse for my brain to try and get me out of it. But anyway, yeah, so I'm back in next week, and hopefully I'll re-lose what I put on overnight, and hopefully a little bit more, and I'll see whether I still think the dates are feasible for it. So I will see you next week.